So I think the first bet I want to pick is, the Phoenix Suns. For me, my prediction, I believe the Phoenix Suns will now make the playoffs. I mean, last year I had originally thought they were gonna make the AFC in a way where it's like, dude, you can kind of see the talent of the Suns and with their upcoming, right? I mean, with Monty Williams on the head coach, and you see the progression of DeAndre Ayton. Obviously Devin Booker's all time. Mikal Bridges, who they got. They got Oubre too and stuff. So I'm like, they got some talent. I think they can possibly make the AFC. And they were on a run, right? In the first couple of games, I think they were like, weren't they like 7-2? It was something like they were on a winning streak, and everyone was like, whoa, obviously this is like where the Suns starting off hot, and these teams are just gaining some rhythm basically. I mean, they beat the Clippers earlier on, and Clippers were the contending team, and they're like, whoa, 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 all right, that's a good win, but we got to give them some more time. And obviously their playoff chances just dipped dramatically because DeAndre Ayton got popped with the drug test. And the whole drug testing in the NBA. I mean, the NBA is like the most laxed drug testing league. Like, I'm just surprised that he even got popped, right? Maybe they're trying to use him as a example, because the people who really got popped are basically like the guys that are on like tanking teams, or like teams that the league doesn't really care. Like, you don't really see, like, I don't know. Let's use example. Let's say like I don't know, like Giannis. Like, you would never see Giannis pop for like kind of doping tests like this, right? It's usually like the team that they're just trying to give the illusion where it's like, oh, yeah, we're still testing. This is a clean league. We're still doing random tests and whatnot. Stuff like that. It's the illusion, but the NBA is usually the most lax like tests. I believe. I don't even think they test for like TRT or like whatever. It's like I'm pretty sure like Chris Paul, like previously when he was the president, he like denied, like he put that as not a list on the list of testing. He declined to put that on the list. So something on that portion. But anyways, I'm pretty high on the Phoenix Suns. I mean, just from watching the bubble play, I mean, they are great. They're looking really good, really good. I mean, Devin Booker put up a great performance, and Phoenix Suns ended up 8-0. They were looking pretty good. Cameron Payne like actually looks like a decent point guard. I mean, dude, like, I don't know what's going on with the Phoenix Suns development team, but for them to make Cameron Payne to a serviceable point guard is just tremendous, because Cameron Payne sucks, right? I mean, in his tenure of the OKC Thunder with the Bulls, like, he had ample opportunity in the Bulls. He was not good whatsoever. So he gets his chance at the Suns, boom, like he's looking great, right? Now, with the addition of Chris Paul coming in now, they got rid of Kelly Oubre. I mean, you're thinking of like making up for Kelly Oubre's impact, right? I mean, you're investing in Mikal Bridges, you're investing in Cam Johnson. So I think it should be too big of a hit, but now you have the leadership of CP3 and whatnot. So now you're banking on DeAndre Ayton taking a major leap now in his third, I believe it's his third season, right? You're making it seem like he's gonna take a major leap, right? And I think he is. I'm pretty high on DeAndre Ayton. I mean, he can get certain players of that drive can get kind of lost, with the Luka Magic hype, with the Trae Young hype. They forget DeAndre Ayton, Marvin Bagley, and another players in that draft. So they're just thinking those two players, right? And rightfully so. Luka and Trey are all stars. But I think you know DeAndre Ayton's been quietly averaging like double doubles in his time with the Phoenix Suns. I mean, this dude's putting up like 18 and 10. I mean, you're expecting him now to like put up 20 and 10, right? Just to take a massive leap now with the ease of CP3, you know, guiding these young guns again. I mean, I'm just assuming OKC is not gonna make the playoffs now because they just traded Schroeder, they just traded CP3, right? I mean, it's basically good Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's team now, where we'll see what he's made of now because he's the guy there with him. I don't know, Darius Baisley. I mean, who else is like really there in the OKC Thunder anymore? I mean, Gallinari's gone. I mean, it's looking like a kind of like a tank show right now. What you originally thought last year's OKC team was gonna be, but with the impact of CP3 on those guys, and Dennis Schroeder having his best season in his career, Gallinari, it just get ampled up into like a playoff team, right? I mean, weren't they seventh? It was like some portion of that. I mean, people were surprised that OKC made the playoffs, and now you have the expectation of the Suns now. I mean, with the 8-0 Suns, the bubble Suns, and now with the addition of CP3, who, still an all-star caliber player, right? You're assuming Devin Booker is probably gonna make the all-star team now because you can't make that excuse of him, but he's not, on the what his team's on the playoff trajectory and whatnot, whatever. It's right. It's a little bit harder to make the all-star in the West. But now you're kind of assuming Phoenix Suns locking the playoff spot and you should be making the all-star team. So that's my expectation, but there's no all-star game this season, obviously because of the pandemic, but I think the Phoenix Suns should be able to make the all-star team. I mean, I'm pretty high overall on the Suns team. They got a lot of talent. They got a good coach, Monty Williams. I mean, Monty Williams got a bad rap, I guess, in the Pelicans. I mean, they made the playoffs with Monty Williams, and then they fired him for Alvin Gentry. So, I mean, sucks for him. And obviously, he had to take some time off for his own personal reasons. So now that he's back, I mean, the Phoenix Suns looking pretty up and up, right? I mean, Robert Sarver is like, cheap ass owner who just won't spend any money to improve his team whatsoever. Now he's willing to take some risks. I don't know if it's because of what's his face, James Jones as the GM now, and he sees that there's things are up and up, so it's more likely to spend certain stuff. I don't know what's having the change of heart, but Phoenix Suns should be touted as like one of the probably the dangerous teams in the West to face. I mean, now you already know what Devin Booker's capable of, in CP3, and now I'm just expecting DeAndre Ayton to not pop again for the drug test because when he was gone, the Phoenix Suns lost a bunch of games, right? And he came back. Yeah, he was helping mitigate the losses, but it was kind of like, in a way, kind of like too late. Like you lost too much games because 18 and 10 is like taken away, and who were they starting? Like what, Aaron Baines? I mean, who else were they starting? Was it did they have Frank the Tank? Frank Kaminsky? Maybe. I don't know, but they were starting like random, centers. And obviously, it's a little bit hard to replace DeAndre Ayton's, contributions, right? So, with him now having a full season, averaging like 20 and 10, you're expecting like, dude, these Suns are on the come up, right? I'm just glad, because Phoenix Suns they've been trash for a long time, right? And it was basically the Devin Booker show. So hopefully now they're set to make the playoffs and then just continue their run, basically getting further and further, right? I mean, you would want that for Devin Booker. I mean, Devin Booker's great, great player, dude. Great player, right? So, congrats to the Phoenix Suns fans, right? Who's been basically just watching their team just slowly bleed out to tank, and now's their chance to see the end goal. So we'll see how far these Phoenix Suns go.